Welcome back, folks. This is BSure94. We're back with another WCW Monday Nitro. We didn't do one last week due to the holiday season, but hopefully everybody had a great holiday and got all the presents that they wanted. But we have to get back to the task at hand and back to World Championship Wrestling here in 2002. We are in week 3 of June. This is the go-home show for the Great American Bash. Lots of stuff to get into. First things first, just want to say thank you to everybody for the support on the last few videos. We're crushing the like goals and we're definitely getting noticed. We got well over 100 subscribers now, so thank you for that. Let's just keep pushing. We're going to try for 125 in the next month or so and just keep building and building. Enough of me talking, let's get to the show. So we opened the show with the Militia in the ring, saying that the Outsiders screwed them over to take the tag team championships and that they want revenge and want their tag team titles back. Obviously, the Guido was able to retain against Lance Storm. Ray Gonzalez and Super Crazy lost the tag belts to the Outsiders. But as the Militia are talking, they get interrupted by the team of the Outsiders, Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm, who said they want to fight right now. As they start walking to the ring, though, Paul Heyman's music hits, who is the new general manager after we found that out last week, and he announces that he's going to make his first major move at the Great American Bash, and he's bringing back a World Championship Wrestling staple. War Games is coming to the Great American Bash. On one side, you will have the Militia, the Guido, Ray Gonzalez, Super Crazy, and Berlyn versus the team of Lance Storm, Rob Van Dam, and the Outsiders. And every championship will be on the line. So whoever pins the Guido or anybody in the Militia will become the US champion, and the tag team titles will stay on the Outsiders. If the Militia win, Ray Gonzalez and Super Crazy will reclaim their tag team championships, and the Guido will retain his US title. A lot of stuff to unpack there. Hopefully you guys followed along, but most importantly, War Games is coming to the Great American Bash on Sunday. The US title storyline has advanced, the tag title storyline has advanced, and the Militia storyline has advanced. Guido improvised well, 74 rating overall. Big opening promo, and the final thing that Heyman says in his promo says that tonight there will be 3 potential matches. If either team wins the first 2, the third one will not happen, but the first one is going to happen right now. It's going to be Kevin Nash and Scott Hall versus the Militia's Ray Gonzalez and Super Crazy. Whoever wins this will take a 1-0 lead in the best out of 3 to get that advantage in War Games. If the next match will be will be Berlyn versus Lance Storm. If it goes 1-1, our main event of the evening will be the Guido versus Rob Van Dam. 60 overall segment. All the storylines have advanced. Apparently Paul Heyman struggled going off script, but hopefully you followed along with everything that's going on here. So I kind of will just go through it as the show happens, but so this match starts it off. We got a tag team match. We'll start it off here and we'll kind of see what happens. In the opening contest of our show, and about that had good heat and decent wrestling, the Militia defeats the Outsiders in 9:53 when Ray Gonzalez pins Kevin Nash with a Phoenix Landing. During the match, Berlyn does a run-in and attacks on Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash carried the match in ring and performance. Scott Hall is 60, Nash is 73, Super Crazy of 58, Ray Gonzalez of 57. US title, tag title, Militia all advance. Announcing Kawhi lifted the match, and the match got the crowd hard with a 64 segment. So the Militia officially has a 1-0 lead in the best of 3. Going into the next match, if Berlyn wins, the Militia will get the advantage. If Lance Storm wins, it forces to a third match. So we get a backstage roll from Diamond Dallas Page, saying that Ken Shamrock, supposed to be the most dangerous man in the world, and he's just running around like a coward, attacking people from behind and attacking rookies in the ring, and doesn't want an actual challenge. 65 promo out of DDP here. Diamond Dallas Page, in about the head decent reaction from the crowd. He defeats Shawn Stasiask in 5:42 by pinfall with the Diamond Cutter. Diamond Dallas Page at 56, Shawn Stasiask at 35. The announcing Kawhi lifted the match. 54 overall segment. Simple here, just get Diamond Dallas Page on Nitro and get a nice win. However, post-match, Diamond Dallas Page does have to eat his words because Ken Shamrock attacks him from behind, locking in a submission and making Diamond Dallas Page pass out. The most dangerous man storyline has advanced. Ken Shamrock's getting better at his gimmick, and it's a 66 overall segment. Finally, Ken Shamrock gets a good segment, about time. These two guys are on a collision course for the Great American Bash. Looking forward to the match. We get a in-ring promo from the Dudley Boys. If you remember last week, they made their shocking debut on Monday Nitro when they attacked former WCW Tag Team Champions Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow by putting Shane Douglas through a table. They laid down the challenge. They are here to be the greatest tag team in the world, and they want to challenge Shane and Bam Bam to the Great American Bash in a tables match. 57 segment rating. Storyline has advanced but lost heat. Devon improvised well through this segment. In the Dudleys' first match here in World Championship Wrestling. In a decent match, the Dudley Boys defeat those Southern Boys in 7:19 when Bubba Ray Dudley pins Kid Cash with a Bubba Bomb. Bubba Ray Dudley carried the match in-ring performance. Devon a 58, Bubba a 73, Cash a 55, Jamie Noble 61. Storyline has advanced. Bubba and Devon have shown excellent chemistry, naturally. The announcing choir lifted the match, and the match got the crowd hotter. 65 overall segment. Very good showing out of the new tag team here in World Championship Wrestling. The post-match, though, Shane and Bam Bam do come out onto the stage and accept the tables match challenge for the Great American Bash. The Great American Bash pay-per-view is definitely going to be a strong one. I'm looking very forward to it, and we have our first major tag team match on the card. Granted, the tag team titles are in the main event, so this will be a nice little tables match to be on the show. 73 overall segment, storyline advanced and gained heat. We get a promo from Sting in the rafters saying that Chris Kanyon is a great talent and that he is definitely the future of World Championship Wrestling. Unfortunately for him right now, he's bitten off more than he can chew with coming after me, Sting, here. Former WCW champion, Chris Kanyon, I appreciate the effort, man, but you're going to have to step aside because this old man's not about to walk away yet. Storyline has advanced and gained heat, 74 segment. However, Chris Kanyon attacks Sting in the rafters, laying him out, saying that his time is over and that Chris Kanyon is now the president of World Championship Wrestling. Storyline has advanced with a 72 rating. So this storyline's starting to heat up a little bit. Kanyon and Sting are on a collision course for the Great American Bash. Hopefully that match will be definitely a show stealer and put Chris Kanyon in our main event scene. We get a graphic showing that the TV title will be on the line next week, as Mark Jindrak, if you remember from last show, did win that Fatal 4-Way and will challenge Kaz Hayashi next week. 62 overall segment, storyline has advanced. In a decent match, Kaz Hayashi defeats BG James in 7:48 with a final cut. Kaz Hayashi is 67, BG of 45. They don't click. The announcing choir lifted the match. 61 segment. Simple here. Just wanted to give Kaz Hayashi a TV match. BG losing doesn't really make a difference, and Kaz Hayashi looks strong going into his title defense next week. We get a promo from Rey Mysterio backstage saying that just because Abyss is 6'8", 400 pounds, and he's 5'3", $175, doesn't change anything. The fact is that Rey Mysterio is still the WCW champion, and he is going to scratch and claw and fight his way to take down the monster and retain his WCW championship at the Great American Bash. Storyline has advanced and gained heat, 73 overall in the segment rating. In a decent match, Abyss defeats CM Punk in 6:26 by pinfall with a Black Hole Slam. Punk a 36, Abyss a 73, and Nelson Choir lifted the match. 59 overall match. Quickly wanted to get Abyss a TV win. Felt like he hadn't been wrestling in a while, so I wanted to have him look strong going into the pay-per-view. Post-match, Rey Mysterio hits the ring as he hits a couple drop kicks on Abyss, which makes Abyss go through the middle rope. As he makes Abyss bail, and Rey Mysterio stands strong in the ring as he holds up the WCW Championship. 70 overall segment, storyline has advanced. The WCW Championship match is not going to be the main event at the Great American Bash, but it's definitely going to be a great match between these two. In our second match of the best out of the three for the advantage in War Games, and about to have good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Lance Storm defeats Berlyn in 10:20 by submission with a straight shooter. Berlyn at 53, Lance Storm at 57, Lance Storm at 83. U.S. title, tag title, Militia all advanced, have great chemistry, 75 on the match, and Lance Storm ties the best out of 3 series 1-1, which now means we will have a main event tonight between Rob Van Dam and the Guido to see who will get the advantage at War Games. 73 overall for the graphic. All the storylines have advanced. Lot of stuff there. Big main event though, big implications for that. We get a backstage promo from Buff Bagwell and Dawn Marie trashing the Hurricane, and Buff Bagwell lays down the challenge that this Sunday it's going to be him that's going to unmask the Hurricane, and it's going to be Mask versus WCW Indefinite Suspension. So if the Hurricane wins, Buff Bagwell must leave WCW for the foreseeable future. If the Hurricane loses, he must unmask. Storyline has advanced, and it's a 61 segment rating. They're finally going to have their match at the Great American Bash and be over everything there, so. In a decent match, Rhino defeats Frankie Kazarian 7:37 by pinfall with a gore. Frankie Kazarian at 58, Rhino at 70. Storyline has ended. 68 overall segment, announced and Kawhi lifted the match. I didn't want to end this feud, but I felt like I had to do it on TV rather than the pay-per-view. It just wasn't pulling in ratings. Rhino needed the win, and Kazarian's going to kind of go towards the mid-card, low mid-card for a little bit, as Rhino is going to move forward and do something new. So, 68 overall segment, storyline's over between these guys, and we'll see what happens going forward. Backstage, we get Jeff Jarrett talking to Dustin and BG James. Remember, BG lost early in the night, and he said that Dustin and BG would have repercussions for losing that #1 contenders match, and Jeff Jarrett says next week we're going to have a Dynasty open forum where we will showcase repercussions for you two losing multiple times and not showcasing what we could have been here in World Championship Wrestling. 61 segment, Dynasty storyline has advanced. So some stuff's going on here. Obviously, something's going to give next week. And in our main event of the evening, in an exceptional match, the Guido defeats Rob Van Dam in 12:40 by pinfall with a fast roll-up after some interference. The Guido in 83, Rob Van Dam in 88. All the storylines advanced. There were times where definite lack of psychology. That's fine. 80 overall segment. The Guido has earned the advantage for the Militia on Sunday in the Great American Bash at War Games. 80 segment for the main event is fantastic. Let's see what we get for a show rating, and then we'll run down the card for the Great American Bash. We got a 76 on this show. Great stuff. 23 regions increased. Been working on getting those growth restrictions fixed. But, you know, I appreciate you guys coming through. We're going to run through the Great American Bash card right now, just so you guys have something to look forward to next week. Or actually on Sunday, sorry. So we got tables match, the Dudley Boys versus Shane and Bam Bam Bigelow. We have a Mask versus Indefinite Suspension between the Hurricane versus Buff Bagwell. We have the WCW Championship on the line, Abyss challenging Rey Mysterio. We have Sting versus Chris Kanyon. We have the huge War Games match between the Militia, which is Guido, Ray Gonzalez, Super Crazy, and Berlyn, facing off against the team of Rob Van Dam, Lance Storm, and the Outsiders. Winner take all. If the Outsiders team wins, whoever gets the pin is the new U.S. champion. If the Militia team wins, Ray Gonzalez and Super Crazy will become tag team champions, and Guido will retain. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know it's on a Wednesday, I apologize, but the next show, which will be the pay-per-view, will be coming this Sunday, so look forward to that. We'll see you guys there.